Today we're going to make some hotkeys. We're going to add the ones for the rest of the ability bar. We're also going to add ones for opening and closing the various windows we have. We'll start by opening up the repo. We'll copy the key bindings file over to the client side. We'll then open up the client side and we'll add in our hotkeys. We're going to make hotkeys 6 through 12. We're going to put in the numbers 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, and for the 11th key we'll put a minus, and the 12th key we'll put an equal sign. We're also going to add some open abilities that will have hotkeys for the different bars, windows, groups that we're going to create. Open ability window is going to be Control K. Open ability bar window will be Control B. Open the chat window is going to be Shift C. Open char win is going to be any key plus C. Open group window will be any plus G. Open guild window will be Control P. Open inventory window will be any plus I. Open map window will be any plus M. Open option window will be any plus O. And open social window will be Control S. The reason we set these values in is we've tested a few of them already with different keys, and some of them are actually used by the hero blade. While they will work in the actual game by the client, in the blade they will control other features. Okay, after we've added these values into here, we'll go to and save the file. We'll go to our repo and we'll copy that key bindings file back down to the server side, and it will overwrite the current one. Then we can close the repo in our key bindings file. Next we're going to look at the scripts. First one we're going to look at is when we hover over these, changed them before, we're going to add a value that will be one line. In the B ability bar class methods, set ability info, we're going to add a line down here right before the add front. Ability hover presentation equals ability default presentation. What that will do is when we hover the mouse over, it won't change back to the original value that's there. It'll change to our current value that we just set with the bar info coming in. We can then save and compile this script. Our next script we're going to look at is B char status bar class method. In here we're going to add a toggle so that it can work like the rest. Public function toggle char window. It's going to have char as a node ref class player character coming into it. We'll start with a get the class, put it in the window, just like above here. When not equal none, we'll destroy it. Otherwise, we will update it. And the update will call this function here, which will start it and set it up. And then compile, save, compile, and submit this script. Our next script we're going to look at is the input command. Here on command stop, we're going to create a little section that will check for all hotkeys, and it will call our function to process the hotkeys, similar to the ability bar. Here we start with hot as a string equals a substring of the command string that's coming in, but we're only going to use starting at the first letter going to the sixth letter. And that will check for this word right here. If that hot is this word, we will call our function using the full command. Then we return true, so we skip the rest of this. Next, we're going to comment out the hotkeys 1 through 5. We won't be using those. We'll be calling our new hotkey instead. Then we will add in our open functions for the ones we've added, we're going to open ability window, Control K, and here that we call B ability window class methods, toggle the ability window. For the ability bar one, we're going to have ability bar class window methods, toggle the ability window there. And the open chat window, we'll call B chat win class methods, toggle the chat window. Our open char win, we're going to need the character, so we're going to call variable char equals miscellaneous utils get char pointer. And then we'll call in our B char status bar, toggle char window with the char's input. Now here we'll add the others, but we won't call functions just yet. We're going to open the group window, open the guild window, open the inventory window, open a map window. Here we'll call B minimap class methods, toggle the map window. I like to add these in here so it reminds me what keys it takes to work on. We'll also add open the option window and open our social window. B social window class methods, toggle social window. Then down at the bottom we're going to add in our new function. It's going to be function do hotkey with the command as input. We're going to get the slot value by taking the replace string, using that command string that's coming in. We'll check for hotkey and we'll blank it out. So hotkey 1 will equal 1, and that will be our slot integer. We'll then set up the ability, and as a node reference ability, we will find our value by control by name. Starts in the game layer, it'll be the ability bar, slot holder, slot, and the current slot that's we've just found out, and that will be the ability. And if it doesn't equal none, we're going to send that command ability use plus the ability AB script name. And that will perform our operation for us. Now these will be the key presses instead of just the mouse clicks. We've added those in earlier. So we can then compile and submit this script. Next script we're going to look at will be the B exit window. And here we're going to take the on mouse section and we're going to remove those calls to the functions we had before. And we're just going to leave the two ones that don't have those currently. We could eventually add these in, but we're going to make these a different way eventually in a future tutorial. Okay, we can compile and submit this script, and then we'll take a look at our functions and how they're working. Okay, let's start with the map here. We just have an M for that, so that goes off and on. Our chat window, we have a Shift C. Now, one thing with the chat window is if you type something in there, when you hit that Shift C, it's going to clear it out. It's not going to save it at present. So that's one way of clearing the screen if you need to do that. Our ability bar up here should be, or the character area should be just C. Our ability bar should be a Control B. Now we've also got some other functions. I believe we have a Control K for our window, ability window. We pull those in. We'll pull those in now. Right click, stick in the panel, and now this is what it would look like with the hover. If we now put these in, it will no longer change to that picture. It will stay this way here. So we can Control K, shut that window, and we have a Control S for our social window where we can search. Okay, and that's our tutorial for hotkeys.